much a shoe pinches is only known by the wearer. This statement has been very practical in my life and especially on my journey towards diabetes management, dietary care, reversal, and remission. I have been fighting toe and nail to reach a point where we have a sugar smart generation, people who are able to understand the onset, progression, remission, care, and reversal of diabetes. This is my story. My name is Nduta Munio. I'm the lead nutritionist and founder of DMAX NutriCare Kenya, a consultancy that deals with nutritional care, therapeutic feeds, dietary management, and counseling. In 2001, I had just completed my Form 4 examinations. I was at home enjoying the freedom that comes with having finished high school. My elder sister, Branchwell, told me that we needed to go visit a small town called Karunga. Prior to that, about 3 days before, I had just been discharged from the JM hospital. I had always suffered very severe ulcers. I had been discharged on a Friday, and she decided to take me for that tour on a Sunday. We boarded a matatu, and just when we reached past Kwamumbi, a town called a small center, it's a stage called Shakareri, we were involved in a terrible road accident. The matatu we were in rolled by itself, and I was badly injured as I was trying to shield my younger cousin, who is more like a brother to me. My head was hit badly and I had blood all over my face. The people around there, I mean, this is a village. Most people will know where we come from. They went to break the news to my mother. And whoever went to tell her just asked her, "You just seated there while all your children are dying?" That is a shocking statement to any mother. When she came to look for us in the hospital, my sister and my small brother were well. They had been treated and discharged. But I was in the ward with a head the size of a pumpkin and blood all over my face. My mother was devastated. At first, she could not recognize me. That was on a Sunday. And the next day, on a Monday, next to me, we had an empty bed. Little did I know that the occupant of that bed could be my mother. Because of that whole predicament, the way the news were broken to her, my mother, who has never had diabetes, we don't even have a history of diabetes at our home, developed severe and very high blood sugars, and they needed to be controlled. We were with my mother for 3 days in the ward. She got to be discharged before me. And when I went back home, nothing was the same again. Considering we are in Nyandarua, a place where people's meals is all 80% carbohydrates, my mother never got any dietary or nutritional counseling. All the doctor told her was, "Go eat everything brown." She was never told about how much to eat. They never put emphasis on the vegetables. They never even told her that at that point it was possible for her to manage her sugars with diet. She was started off medication, and that has been a long struggle for her. 3 years later, as it is with JAB, I joined the university, and by God's grace, the course that I took, 75% was all about nutrition. And that is where my passion grew. I did not know what purpose my life was all about until after I did my master's in food science and nutrition. And I realized I had a passion bigger than just teaching. I needed to do something. I needed to get back to the community and to each and every family that had the same struggle as ours. Because diabetes management has always been a reserve for the rich. There are the people who are aware that we have people called nutritionists. They can't be able to afford them. Therapeutic feeds and functional foods are only stocked in the high-end stores, the healthy stores, which are found in the suburbs and then the big cities. I would never want anybody to go through the struggle that we went. And that is why this year I am hell-bent on fighting this diabetes. We need to kick diabetes out of our homes, especially we from the central Kenya. Because when you look at the statistics, people from central Kenya are most affected. Parts of Nairobi and a bit parts of Nakuru, more or less the urban areas and the whole of central Kenya. And how exactly am I going to do that? With the nutritional counseling and dietary care, first, when people are aware of what they are fighting, and when they know that diabetes is not a death sentence. Remember, we said part of health is emotional, physical, and social. If emotionally you know that diabetes is not a death sentence, you have the zeal to fight it. If you're aware of what to give to your body for it to be able to heal itself, then you're in the right direction towards fighting this condition. And it is ironic, in the medical world, we don't define diabetes as a disease. Rather, we say it is a condition. And you know, the beauty of a condition is that it is very easy for the condition to be changed from the negative to the positive. So diabetes reversal is very much possible, and it is happening amongst us. As I was saying, and I keep saying, 3.3% of people in Kenya have diabetes, but 6.6% have diabetes, but they're still undiagnosed. They know nothing about it. It is the high time that we start taking this thing of health checks seriously, and especially on matters diabetes. Let us form, or rather have, a generation that we call the sugar smart generation. Diabetes related complications you find in 3 out of 5 people who have diabetes. And amongst them is the loss of eyesight. We have loss of limbs through amputation. We have the kidney failure. We have issues with nerves. We have issues with memory, low libido for men. All these issues are affecting our society. And I am begging each and everybody who will get this message, let us join hands to fight diabetes out of Kenya, to fight diabetes out of our homes. Follow the continuous series that I shall be having on dietary care of diabetes. Let us get to understand what this diabetes is, because it is easier for us to fight an enemy that we know how strong it is, so by knowing the severity, and it is very easy to manage diabetes. And for those who have been told that diabetes is a life sentence, I beg to differ. It is reversible. It is easy to stay in remission and just manage your sugars with diet. All that is required of you is discipline and the right information. In this world and in this era of Google, we have so many Google doctors. Don't get the wrong information. Seek the right information from the experts. So at DMAX NutriCare Kenya, we shall help you walk that direction, whether you're the diabetic whether you're the caregiver, whether you have a friend, a colleague, a relative who suffers from diabetes. Let us prevent them from suffering the severe diabetes related complications. Happy New Year, and let us be the sugar smart generation.